And we're back with a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video, and I'm very excited because we're getting notifications that the AAT tank raid is now ready and it should be launched any moment now. Now there's a bunch of details that we're going to go over in this video. We're going to go over the official posts. We're also going to go over some of the data mine information that was updated in the phone about a week ago. We're going to go over some suggestions on what teams might be very good. And what I'm hoping is that this all happens before I go up to EA's headquarters this Tuesday. They're flying me up there. They're going to have a summit for 3 days where we're going to meet all the developers and talk about the game and things like that. And I am planning on interviewing some of the developers up there, and I'm taking questions from people on Twitter under the hashtag AskMobile. I know a lot of people don't have Twitter, but really this is the only way to keep it organized. And I've been getting a ton of really good questions. Like this is a question right here about the overlapping icons. Boy, this is something that I think that they should be addressed. You know, right here, I've had issues with that myself. So the Twitter is AskMobile. I'll be able to see all the information here on this screen and just ask them directly, make a video out of it, and when I get back. So I'm hoping that this raid doesn't get launched before I go there. Now, a couple things we do know about the raid. We don't have to save our raid points. There's going to be a separate one for the Rancor pit and for the AAT tank, and they're going to give us max amount when this goes launched. So there's no need to save anything like that. Now let's just read this official post right here. Greetings, Holotable Heroes. Newest raid in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is almost here. The tank down. I'm excited. This new raid offers exciting new rewards for powering up your character roster. Let's take a look at some of these rewards, the phases of the raids, the requirement to participate, and more. So looks like there's going to be two different settings, a normal difficulty and a heroic difficulty, and that's going to match up to the pit, basically the 6-star and the 7-star. On the pit, the 6-star has a lot more hit points, but there's no limit into how long it can go. You can refresh your roster once a day, and you can basically take in 5 teams of 5. So that is very good. It looks like it's geared for level 80 and gear level 8. So that's okay. Now the heroic difficulty is going to be just like the heroic difficulty on the Rancor pit. Basically, you have a 2-day period where you just have to go for it, and you can use as many of your 7 stars, where on the normal difficulty you can use 6 stars. They are saying right here that there is going to be a new exclusive character reward available on this, and if I was to guess that this is going to be R2-D2. They've also mentioned that they're going to be launching ships, and ships is going to be a new mechanic in the game. Back in the top right-hand corner, there's Jabba the Hutt, and in front of him is the Millennium Falcon and the Slave One. And there's going to be something with ships, and there is data mining on that, and there's going to be droids that are equipped to the ships. So I'm going to guess that this new hero is probably going to be a droid of some kind, maybe R2-D2 or C-3PO. There is footage of R2-D2 that they've published. Other thing I want to talk about before I go over the individual parts of the raid is that Jedis and Jawas, each of these types of squads will receive bonuses when used in the raid. So they've confirmed this. Now this was found in the data mining for a while, and I'm just going to read you what that says. And this could change, but this is what's currently in the files. They could change these files any day, but this is what's actually inside of the game right now. So what data miners do is when a new patch is updated on the phone, they can go and read all the text of the internal files and then publish them on Reddit. And then someone posted this on Reddit, and I got to give a big shout out to all the people that do this. But the Jawas, in theory, are going to have 50% potency. In addition, whenever a Jawa uses an ability, they call another ally to assist. This effect can't trigger more than once per turn. And then Jedis are going to recover 15% of their max health at the start of their turn, which is also very interesting, and we'll see how that plays out. So let's go and take a look at some of the GIF images that they gave to us on the official forums and the different parts of the raid. Here are the rewards as well. We're going to get lots of mods. That's kind of interesting. The main target is General Grievous. Secondary targets are the IG Magna Guard ×2 and B2 Super Battle Droids. So there are several heroes in the game that can stun droids in splash damage. I imagine they're going to be very useful, and we'll talk about them a little bit later in the video as well. Phase 2 we're going to have the AAT tank, and it looks like there's going to be 3 parts to this. Basically, there is the main turret, left gun, and right gun, and then the main target's going to be the main hull. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 targets on that one there. And boy, this is nuts right here. It looks like they're going to be a team of 7 right here. So we're going to have lots of fun with splash damage and the like. And it looks like he's got a massive area of effect. And then we got Jawas right here. And I'm guessing that Jawas are going to be king in this raid, absolutely. Then the last part is going to be the tank. And there's going to be a main turret, left gun, right gun, and then a total of 2 B2 super battle droids. Now let's dig into the individual specs briefly. And this was a very detailed post that was on Reddit. All right, let's get into some of the stats on phase 1, which is going to be General Grievous. And this is going to be General Grievous's ability set. Basic ability 1, Raging Assault, deal physical damage to target enemy, inflict defense down for 2 turns. Can't be evaded or countered. Special ability 1, deal physical damage to all enemies with a 65% chance to inflict 3 damage over time effects for 2 turns. So maybe having some sort of debuff like Akbar would be useful right there. Special ability 2, Baleful Laugh, inflict healing immunity to all enemies for 2 turns with a 50% chance to also inflict tenacity down for 2 turns. So tenacity is going to be important right here, and then this healing immunity is kind of going to offset some of the Jedi healing abilities. Then summon up to 3 droid allies to the battle. This attack can't be evaded. So this is very interesting. Unique ability, every 7th time that Grievous takes damage, Grievous and another random ally gains 100% turn meter and reset their cooldowns. That ally also taunts for 1 turn, and Grievous gains the tactical maneuvering effect for 3 turns. And that tactical maneuvering is 150% offense, gain 30% turn meter whenever another ally is attacked. So it looks like Tebow may not work on this. He has another unique ability, Redoubled Effort, which is a passive. Grievous has 25% speed for each defeated ally. So, wow. Magna Guard, deal physical damage to target enemy with a 40% chance to inflict offense down for 1 turn. Special ability, deal physical damage to target enemy with a 50% chance to expose them for 2 turns. And then they have some unique abilities as well. Relentless Vanguard, Magna Guard has a 50% counter chance. Yuck. In addition, whenever an enemy starts their turn, if they are suffering a negative status effect inflicted by Magna Guard, all allied Magna Guards taunt until the end of that enemy's turn. Wow. Okay. Phase 2. We got the left cannon, right cannon, main cannon, and the main hull of it. The left and right cannon ability set is basic ability, is a support bastard. Deal physical damage to target enemy with 50% chance to dispel all positive effects on them. Wow. The main cannon's basic ability is a heavy shot. Deal unmitigable damage to target enemy and secondary physical damage to all other enemies. This attack can't be evaded. If the primary target doesn't have a positive status effect, this attack deals massive damage to them instead. Wow. Basic ability is the anti-personnel blasters. Deal physical damage to target enemy and expose them for 2 turns so they can take more damage. Special ability 1 is high explosive shells. Deal physical damage to all enemies. This attack can't be evaded or countered. Special ability 2 is incendiary shells. Deal special damage to all enemies. Inflict 4 damage over time effects for 2 turns. Boy, de-taunting abilities like Rex or maybe Yoda or even Akbar seem like they're going to be very important in here. This attack can't be evaded or countered. This ability starts on cooldown. And I know in our guild, we're going to take screenshots when we do very well on a certain part of the raid. That way we can try to figure out who's the best and start developing out all of these heroes. Because I do have all the Jawas, I've got Ugnaught, I've got some of the Jedis that have really cool anti-droid abilities, but we don't know which one is going to be the best, and so that's what we're going to try to figure out. And then later on in the video, we're also going to talk about some hypothetical really good teams. Going on, unique ability, this unit and its weapons may attack and be attacked independently, and turn meter reduction effects are only half as effective against them. So again, Tebow is not going to be so awesome on this. When a system is disabled, it will reboot after some time, but if all of its wisdom systems are offline simultaneously, this unit will become toppled and grant morale bonuses to the attacking party. So that's going to be similar to the Rancor when the door comes down. So you're going to get morale 1, 2, and 3. Basically, there's going to be tons of buffs, just like the Rancor when you knock down the door. Grievous Raid Phase 3, there's the B2 Rocket Trooper ability set, and I'll just go take a look at that one more time. But that's basically this one right here. Boy, look at all those guys. Look at that splash damage. I imagine counterattack is going to be really good on this also. Warm-up shop, deal physical damage to target enemy and gain offense up for 1 turn. Special ability 1 is Scatter Shot, deal physical damage to all enemies with 50% chance to inflict ability block for 1 turn and with a 50% chance to also inflict offense down for 2 turns. Wow. And then another barrage. Then this one can't be blocked, can't be evaded, unmitigable damage to all enemies and inflict healing immunity for 2 turns. Then this ability cooldown is reduced by 1 for each defeated ally. This ability starts on cooldown. Boy, this sounds like it's going to be very difficult. Special ability 3, directing fire, order an ally to use a special ability, then summon up to 6 B1 battle droid allies. So they're going to keep recurring over and over again. And those B1 battle droids have basically coordinated fire, deals physical damage to target enemy, and grant 20% turn meter to a random ally that has no positive status effects. And then his special ability is Devastate, deal heavy unmitigable damage to target enemy. This ability will only be used on a superior's command. And then there is the Geonosis B1 battle droid commander, so that's the boss there. Special ability is Command Terminate, deal special damage to all enemies, remove 100% turn meter, and inflict the shaken effect for 1 turn. This ability will only be used on a superior's command. This sounds really hard. Shaken, target loses 25% turn meter when damaged by an attack. Yuck. And then we're going to go to the fourth part, which has the B2 Super Battle Droid. Basic abilities, Heavy Blaster, deal physical damage to target enemy and remove 25% turn meter. Special ability, Overwhelming Fire, deal physical damage to all enemies and dispel all positive effects on them with a 60% chance to also inflict ability block for 1 turn. And then his unique ability is Relentless Vanguard. B2 Battle Droid has a 50% chance to gain 100% turn meter whenever its leader is evaded or damaged by an attack. And then there's the left, the right, the main, and the hull of the tank. And the left and the right cannons have deal physical damage targeting with a 50% chance to dispel all positive status effects. The main cannon has a basic ability of Heavy Shot, which deal unmitigable damage to target enemy and secondary physical damage to all other enemies. So again, splash damage. This attack can't be evaded if the primary target doesn't have a positive status effect. This attack deals massive damage to them instead. Yuck. Wow. All right. The ability set for the tank itself is Anti-Personnel Blasters. This is going to be hard, guys. I'm just going to tell you right now. Deal physical damage to target enemy, expose them for 2 turns. High Explosive Shells, deal physical damage to all enemies. This attack can't be evaded or countered. And then there's Incendiary Shells, deal special damage to all enemies, inflict 4 damage over time effects for 2 turns. Can't be evaded or countered. And this ability starts on cooldown. Now, this is the unique abilities right here. This unit is immune to turn meter reduction effects, no TBO, and its weapons may attack and be attacked independently. When the system is disabled, it will reboot after some time, but if all of its weapon systems are offline simultaneously, this unit will become toppled. Very cool. Then unique ability 2, I believe that this is when the countdown timer goes down. It says when the unit becomes topped out, it'll call for an airstrike on its current position. The strike will hit just as it recovers from topple, dealing physical damage to all enemies. This attack can't be evaded or countered. Allies that have no positive status effects receive massive damage instead. Massive damage pretty much just kills you. Now, I wanted to take a look at this post, which I thought was just an absolute amazing post right here by Mars Ambassador 69. He talks about 4 possible teams that he thinks are going to be very good, and I thought that this was very interesting, and I thought it was well thought out. And the obvious one is Jawas, and I'm wondering if Jawas will be split up or not, because you only get 1 assist per turn, so it might make sense to split some of the Jawas up, maybe in Jawas with droids or Jawas with Jedis. We will see, but the obvious choice for this entire tank takedown raid is Jawas. And then team 2 is Jedis with Imagundi as lead, Plo Koon, Anakin, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Luminara. And that just seems very smart to have Jedis. And the team C is a different Jedi team with Obi-Wan lead, Ugnaught, which seems amazing against droids, and I actually took him to 7 stars just because of this tank down raid when I heard it was coming out. He's kind of like the lead anti-droid guy. He could just evade against droids. He gets turn meteor every time he evades, and he has a stun that will stun all of the droids at once. I think that is very cool. Then we got Sakura, Kit Fisto, and 5s. And then it's saying Team D would be some sort of rebel team with Wedge. It is too early for me to say. I'm glad that I took a look at this information and shared it with you just to give us an idea of what to expect. But frankly, after reading all of that, I just have to see it when it happens. I do hope it happens before I go up to EA. And like I said, the hashtag for questions, if you have any questions for EA Jesse or any of the developers, I'll put them in a video. Name will come up on the screen when I ask the question. It's hashtag AskMobile on Twitter. Unfortunately, I've been getting questions at other places, but I won't be able to see it on my phone unless it's on Twitter. And right here in the middle of the screen, there's a link to all of my Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. And as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.